of the North Carolina Bar Association in 1906 or 7, 9 or something. Okay, so when death comes... 1907, okay. When death comes, what nobler epitaph can any man have than this, that, quote, having served his generation, by the will of God he fell asleep, unquote. On the night of Sunday, October 17th, 1909, Judge James Cameron MacRae, so your grandfather, my great-grandfather?
Yes, I was wrong, as I know.
Drew in the shutters of his house and retired to rest. He had served his generation well, and on passing had left behind the record of a life high and honorable in aim and noble in achievement. It is this Christian gentleman, learned judge, and gallant soldier of whom I desire to speak simply, directly, and without flattery. James Cameron MacRae was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, October 6, 1837. He was the son of John and Mary Shackelford MacRae, and belonging to one of the oldest and most distinguished families of the Upper Cape Fear section. He received the foundation of his education at Donaldson Academy, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and upon graduation in 1854, began teaching school and studying law. After 2 years of study, he received his license to practice at the bar, but before he had pursued the practice of his profession for any length of time, the Civil War began. True to those principles that so clearly marked his later years, he was among the first to answer the call of the South in its hour of need, entering the ranks as a private to battle for the Confederacy. A gallant soldier, he served during the 4 years of the war with great distinction, rising from the ranks to the offices of Major and Assistant Adjutant General. At the close of the war, he returned to Fayetteville and resumed the practice of law, rapidly rising in his profession and becoming one of the ablest and best-known lawyers in the state. On October 31st, 1867, he married Miss Fanny Hinsdale, a lady of marked accomplishments. After the Reconstruction days, James Cameron MacRae was elected a member of the North Carolina legislature, where he served with marked ability from 1874 to 1875. As a legislator, he was one of the type that strengthens and upbuilds states. He followed his convictions unwaveringly, with never a thought of a possible political career, and he fought for right as he saw it, and fought well. Quote, the man of firm and noble soul, no faction's clamor can control, he once said. Once again, the state called upon him for his services and made him a judge of the Superior Court in 1882. In this office, he served with honor, adding dignity to the court until 1892, when he was elevated to the Supreme Court of an Associate Justice. Here, his judicial mind and legal temperament soon marked him as a judge of great learning and ability. He was ever careful and thoughtful, and dispensed justice with the most impartial hand from this, the state courts of last resort. James Cameron MacRae accepted the deanship of the University of North Carolina Law School in 1899 and was acting in this capacity when death ended his useful life. As a teacher, he followed the calling for which he was well fitted. He not only taught the doctrines of the municipal law, but also he instilled into the heart of every student the higher law and imparted to them the doctrine of the brotherhood of man. He was teacher, advisor, and companion of every man whom he taught, and held them all by the strongest ties of friendship. Quote, none knew thee but to love thee, none named thee but to praise, unquote. Not as a soldier, statesman, judge, nor teacher was he at his best, but as a Christian gentleman, kindly and bearing, and gentle yet firm in the pursuit of his duty. He was an affectionate husband, kind father, and a friend to all men. James Cameron MacRae needs no shaft to mark his memory. His name, coupled with a fame, do it, is now secure for all time, engraven on the mind and sacred to the hearts of all those who knew him. He had lived a life full of years and honor, and as he wished, the relentless reaper found him in harness, pursuing his life as vigorously as when he first commenced it. His clear call came suddenly. It found him calm and well prepared to meet his Maker, and when our clear call comes, and we too shall cross the river, may we hear his kindly words so often heard before, quote, come in, brother, I am glad to see you.